when you want.
Carl Langford, you were trimming on the Magic AC40 today. First of all, welcome to Barcelona and the team. We haven't seen you here before. Tell us about your role.
Yeah, I did a bit of time with the team last summer here in Barcelona, more in the coaching role, and then now I'm back. We're into a sail testing period, and so I'm here just to trim and help with the sail development.
First time sailing the AC40s, or limited time sailing the AC40s?
Yeah, day 2 on the AC40, so it was a good experience. I mean, quite different to the foiling boats that I'm used to, but I mean, I guess essentially the physics are the same, and it's just different interfaces, and the things are in different locations. So once you get your head around that, it's it's still sailing at the end of the day, and yeah, so I'm just trying to get up to speed to keep up with these guys.
What's your instant reaction to the AC40?
It's an awesome boat. I mean, it feels like a dinghy. The most similar boat I can relate it to is the Moth. Feels like you can throw that around. We did a run at the end there where we must have done 15 or 20 tacks on the upwind, and you can really throw the boats around, close quarters racing, and so yeah, it was awesome.
I had a question on my list I was going to ask you at the end, but that final run up the shore, the tacking up the shore, looked fantastic from the recon boat. How soon after completing a tack are you able to be ready to tack again?
Pretty quickly. I mean, as soon as the board's up, you can pretty much go into a tack again, and I mean, it probably takes you 10 seconds to get up to speed again, and then you can go. But if you really wanted to go back early, you could, as soon as the board's lifted, you could drop it and go straight back again. So the boats accelerate really quickly. They're very efficient, and that's kind of a bit of that exercise is just keeping the boats close and throwing some tacks at each other.
After a couple of days of struggling in very light airs, we had a near perfect testing day today. Just describe the conditions and tell us what the goal was when you went out there this morning.
Yeah, I mean, the last couple of days have been a bit frustrating. There hasn't been any wind, which has actually been okay for us because we're just recommissioning the AC40s after an AC75 period. So it wasn't actually a bad thing to have light air, so we could take the boats out, test the telemetry and so on. And then today we were just fully into it, so it was awesome to have a good day of breeze. We maximised the day as best as we could, and the sun's setting and we're only just getting back to the dock, so really good to have a long day on the water and get back out there logging some hours.
We saw you test some custom mainsails today, quite different looking sails to what we've seen before. What can you tell us about them? Can you describe them for us?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess a bit of what you see is what you get. The sails are different, and I guess that's kind of where we're at in the campaign, is just testing different concepts and yeah, finding out what's best. And yeah,
a very narrow head on the second mainsail we saw up there today. Would that be a heavy wind sail maybe?
I mean, it could be anything really. I mean, there's a band where you can have your sail area, and so I guess you just got to explore either end of the spectrum and see what the penalty is downrange and see what the gain is uprange, and so I guess all this information will go into designing our AC75 sails.
So after a day like this, do you come ashore with a feel for what's worked, a feel for what didn't work?
I mean, I think the team does for sure. I mean, for me personally, I'm still getting to grips with the AC40, so for me, I'm really focusing a lot on my home performance on a day like today. In the tacking exercise, I mean, I kind of made a lot of mistakes, so it's just good for me to try and log the hours and make improvements. But for sure, the team's moving forwards, and every day we can spend on the water, particularly with 2 boats, we're making big gains.
Well, it was great to see. Thanks, Carl, for sharing.
No, cheers. Thank you.
Just grab that off.